Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another Black Desert Online video for console. In today's video, we're going to be going over last night's patch notes and we're going to be going over all of the new events that are in game right now. I was going to do this as a stream like I have been doing, but my headset needs a new set of batteries, and without that, I can't really hear a single thing that's going on. So video recording it is today, if you guys don't mind. Anyways, there is a lot to get through. There's about 11 pages of information to get through. So depending on how long it takes to get through the video, this might be split up into probably 2 videos, I'm going to say, just to keep things a little bit shorter and easy for you guys to watch. Now, with this week's update comes a lot of, I'm going to say a lot of rewards. Some of the events that are in the game this week or for this event period are really good, and I highly recommend that you guys check it out and take advantage of all of them, because definitely some good rewards there. So make sure you stick around for either the entire video or for both of the videos, depending on which it is, how long it takes to record. And make sure you guys get all the information, you don't miss out on any of it. In last night's update stream, it was the 2nd anniversary for crossplay for Xbox and PlayStation since they started playing together. And guys, I'm gonna say it was a pretty good stream. It was something, they did a lot of new stuff. It was pretty entertaining, and I like to see it. And I think a lot of the information that we got in there was quite good. They definitely addressed some things that a lot of people have been wondering. For any of you guys who wanted to know, they did say that Odalita was coming on March 30th, and with Odalita comes Olin Valley, comes Thornwood Forest, all of those kind of areas that come along with Odalita, including the Fallen God armor and the La Ozeka outfit as well. Now, they didn't confirm whether or not the Garmouth Heart questline was going to be included, but the Garmouth Heart questline, which is a questline that you're supposed to do that allows you to get Garmouth Heart, it's like a guaranteed way to get a Garmouth Heart. This is part of the Odalita kind of whole region. It's included in that particular content. So I would assume that we're going to be getting that as well, but it's not confirmed yet, so I'll keep you guys updated if I get any more information about that one. Now, in terms of the performance and everything going forward, they also said that they're happy with how the stabilization is progressing. It's not where it needs to be right now. Obviously, if you guys have been playing the game actively, you know that the game has been crashing significantly less than it usually does, which is an amazing thing. So some things that they need to work on is just the general performance of the game, and they address this as well. Things like the lag, the frame rate drops, freezes, all these sort of things that they're going to be working on going forward. But they believe that they can work on these things going forward and still drop content at the same time. They're going to monitor things and just see how it goes. If things start to play up again, obviously they're going to address that straight away. But they kind of just said that they came to the understanding that they couldn't ignore performance updates and just keep dropping content because it was making the game basically unplayable, and they acknowledged this, which was really nice to see. So hopefully going forward, guys, we start to see a lot of improvements in the overall performance of the game while still getting content, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens from here on out. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they handle things and see how we get content going forward. So you guys can look forward to the things that we were supposed to get at the end of last year, which is like the Nightmare World bosses, and obviously I think they're looking at introducing Garmouth as a world boss, which is going to be really interesting. They're not going to be introducing Vel just yet because, as they said, Vel is an absolutely massive monster the size of Heidel, and it uses up a lot of resources on the consoles. So that's something that they're going to be looking at introducing in the future, but not at this stage. Unfortunately, for those who are holding out for Vel, who want the Vel's heart, some of you guys are going to have to wait for. But Garmouth as a world boss is something that they talked about putting into the game at some point in the near future. And definitely I can see, I think March 30th is going to be a pretty decent update for those of you who are holding out for content. So make sure you guys stick around and get those future updates as well. Speaking of, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you get notified when future videos go live. And if you like any of the content, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. As always, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so just a notice that we got to get through. We always get through these notices first. First one is the Arena of Arsha. They're holding a tournament. So essentially what you guys can do is you can apply to be in this tournament, and there is some pretty big rewards. So there's an application form here. I'll link this page in the description below for anyone who's interested in joining. Basically, the conditions to enter is you've got to have a team size of 3 people, and you've got to have, and it can be on any character over level 60. So there's no gear caps on this. It's open gear. So bring your strongest characters if you guys do want to enter this. And there is a lot of cool rewards for you guys doing it. Different. It looks like they're going to have like, it's 3v3. I don't really understand how this whole round situation works. This round of 64, round of 30, I don't understand how this works. But essentially they've got various rounds. It's all 3v3 team match, and then you're going to have the best out of, like, the single game, best out of 3, best out of 5, best out of 9, etc. And they've got some really cool prizes here, guys. Like, you know, glorious Arsha Awakening weapon, 15,000 pearls, Artisan's Blessing, a 15 Blessing of Old Moon pack, a Supreme Old Moon box, and 4,000 Cronstones. So you guys can see, like, these are split up between these are the various prizes that you're going to get depending on like where you guys place. But first place is going to get that permanent glorious Arsha Awakening weapon skin, a special title, 15,000 pearls, and Arena of Arsha reward box. So let's just take a look at what that is really quickly. This is that skin, right? So like on the glorious Arsha Greatsword, for example, that's the skin, what it looks like. And you've got the glorious Arsha Crimson Glaives right there on the LAN. Just something like a little bit of an example for you guys so you can see. So there's some pretty cool rewards there on top of, like, you know, 10,000 pearls for coming second, 5,000 for coming third, a bunch of Cronstones, 50 million silver sort of thing. So like, you're not losing anything by entering, guys. If anything, you've only got everything to gain, which is either experience or some pretty cool prizes if you do manage to place. So go ahead and enter if that's something that you guys are interested in. I recommend doing it. You know, just do something different. It's a bit of fun, and I look forward to seeing what happens with that tournament. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, let's get into the patch notes. And now there's not really a whole lot to get through in the patch notes per se. Most of this is going to be tied up with the events. So the first one that they've done is they've added in YAR. If those of you who remember, I think it was like the Calpheon Ball and the Heidel Ball, they brought up YAR. YAR is a new card game that you can play in the game with your friends. And I'm not going to go into all of the information. I'm actually going to do a video specifically explaining how to play YAR. And you guys can check that out in the future. But let's read these dev notes and see what they say. So it says YAR was added. YAR is a new type of minigame that you can play with others with cards that have images of NPCs you can meet throughout the world of Black Desert. It is a simple game that was inspired by the classic games of poker and yacht. I think it's yacht, right? Guys, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. It's easy to understand the rules after playing it a couple of times. The basics revolve around drawing cards and set number of times each turn in order to assemble the best hand of 5 cards to score the maximum number of points possible. You go back and forth with your opponent, committing hands to accumulate points each turn. Strategic planning and a bit of luck are both important factors in winning a game against other adventurers in YAR. So embrace the tides of fortune while trying to outwit your opponent. We hope you'll enjoy playing YAR with other adventurers traveling across distant lands, as well as playing against NPCs in the Black Desert world. So guys, essentially it comes down to a bunch of luck. You know, you're trying to make the best hand and get the most amount of points. In a nutshell, like I said, we could go over all of this information. I want to keep this video as short as possible, but let's go ahead, skip through to the next part, which is content changes. And I'm going to make a separate video showing you guys exactly how you can play YAR and how you can win at YAR in another video. So with the content changes, the end of the winter season has changed. So we know that the season now ends on March 30th. There was a notice about the events being extended previously. Change tag characters to now be able to use Imperial Delivery. This is really massive, right? So you guys can actually now hand in Imperial Delivery on your tag characters. We originally blocked tag characters from accessing Imperial Delivery content in order to prevent the character tag system from using the content in any other way than it was originally intended. However, we found that it was causing adventurers enjoying the item copy and character tag systems a major inconvenience. So we decided to enable tag characters to access Imperial delivery. We'll continue to improve the gameplay experience for all of our adventurers. That's really cool. A lot of people, I think, are going to be very, very happy that they can now use a tag character and still hand in their Imperials every single day. All right, so moving on to the character changes now. There is a bit of character changes to get through. Probably not going to go through all of them again, guys. As always, I'll link these pages in the description below. You're welcome to come check it out in your own time if you want to look at what's specific for your character. So they've added 3 new skills that can be only used in the Node Conquest Wars. I believe this was added or mentioned previously. So, including the pre-existing skills that can only be used in Node Conquest Wars, which is the Yanaros Light, the Pilgrim Step, the Knight's Defense, you'll be able to learn one of 6 skills. Once you learn one of the skills, you will not be able to learn the other 5. So just keep that in mind, guys. These skills can be learned by using the items Secret Book Guild Tactics 1 to 5. The books can be obtained by exchanging Resplendent Medal of Honor, which are rewards from the Node and Conquest Wars. So you guys, if you guys do Node Conquest Wars and you get these medals, you can exchange them for these particular skills. So you've got the Yanaros Veil 1 to 5, which gives you a magical evasion rate of 1 to 5%. Pilgrim's Blessing 1 to 5 gives you that ranged evasion rate. And Knight's Code 1 to 5 gives you the melee evasion rate. So there's just 3 extra skills there for you guys to choose from. And these skills can only be used in Node and Conquest Wars, so just keep that in mind. So if you guys aren't doing Node Wars or Conquest or Siege, essentially don't even worry about this. It doesn't really affect you in any way. Warriors got some changes there. Just some minor changes to some skills. Ranger, not really much going on. Sorceress, just some changes to the Frags of Darkness wasn't recovering for the Prime skill. Soul Harvest, Wings of the Crow, there was some camera effects change. For any of you guys play Sork, looks like Berserker's got a couple of changes to Prime or Succession skills right there. Musa has one of the skills change where the damage and the defense effects weren't being applied. Ninja, not really too much going on here, just some descriptions. Kuno, just some description. Now, Witch and Wizard, there was some changes here to the PvE of Witch and Wizard. So you can see a lot of the succession skills here have actually been buffed, which is really nice to see. And there was a slight nerf on the Equilibrium Break for the PvP damage, but it looks like all of the PvE have actually been buffed. You can see right there for yourself. Pause the screen if you do want to take a bigger look at that. Now with Mystic, it looks like there was some technical changes for the most part. We're fixing issues where you couldn't combo certain skills and you couldn't do certain things, or certain effects weren't being applied. So that's really nice to see. Now we've also got Striker changes, LAN changes, Shy changes, Guardian, and Hash changes as well. If any of you guys want to come and just read this in a little bit more detail, feel free to check these notes out at the end of the video. Now they've adjusted the item drops for Karma and Dreighan territories, which is really nice. If you guys remember, they did this for Medaya, where they stopped you getting like individual green items in your inventory and just filling up your inventory. What they're going to do now is it's going to drop these weapon boxes, and this is going to stack. These weapon boxes will actually stack in your inventory, which is really nice. And if you want to open them up individually one by one afterwards, you're welcome to do that. But yeah, this is really nice to see. I'm glad that they've finally done this for Dreighan and Camasylvia. It's Phaetus, and then you've got Sherikans, Bloodwolves, and Tashira. This is going to be applied for. On top of that, you're also going to be able to drop Blackstone weapon bundles and Blackstone armor bundles, because instead of being able to drop the plus 15 weapons, you're now going to be able to drop the bundles, which is really nice. And you're going to be able to get anywhere from 25 to 50 Blackstones in each of these bundles, if you do get lucky enough and drop them. They haven't adjusted the trash loot table for Karma and Dreighan yet. This is something that we're working on getting them to do, and hopefully sometime in the future they'll readjust the Dreighan and Camasylvia trash loot tables, because we all know that it really needs it. So one thing at a time, guys, one thing at a time. All right, so many of our adventurers were asking for the gear loot rework, so we condensed the gear dropped in these monster zones to now drop as boxes. This rework will help reduce the burden placed on our adventurers' inventory slots. All right, so they also separated the Maywa outfits, so more outfit changes there, so you guys can mix and match outfits. Monster changes. The wolf population near Imp Cave has been restored. Now, a lot of people were actually messaging me and saying, hey, what's going on here? The wolves near over at Im Cave have been missing. So if any of you guys weren't sure, if you guys were doing your wolf rotation up over here at Im Cave around this area, you notice that there was packs of wolves that were missing from the rotations. So it was really messing with people's wolf meat gathering kind of cycles or whenever they would go and do it. Now I've actually heard of other things gone missing, like there was packs of weasels missing. I've even heard of certain trees that are missing from tree rotations, which is kind of weird. What happened was they actually removed a bunch of NPCs and certain things got deleted or removed along the way, and wolves was one of them. So it looks like they've added that back into the game, which is really nice to see, and hopefully we can get onto the other ones as well. So if any of you guys doing your wolf meat gathering, there you go. Now you've got them back. So it looks like there's a couple of quest changes, guys. So for any of you guys who are doing the Foreign Tantrum quest, you need to add more spices instead of sand as a quest objective. The Camasylvia quest, a poacher's suggestion, you have to obtain Friela's mouse by examining the boxes instead of stealing it from her. So this is a change that they've introduced. Igor Batali's Adventure Log Volume 10. You now have, it just says a little bit more clearly, defeat the Skeleton Kings from Karshan spell 10 times. Change the quest Marnie's Suspicious Device to now appear in the suggested quest tab. This is a family quest for everyone that's level 56 or higher. And change the quest Journey into a Bigger World 1 to 4 to now state from gear only in the quest objectives. So with the UI changes, you can now check and enable or disable Agris Fever even when all the points have been consumed. Added information regarding the amount of time consumed when attempting to breed in the stables breeding market. Added a new menu where you can check your current skill add-ons from the skill window with a level 50 or higher character. So for you guys that are doing this and you want to see your skill add-ons, you can't change them. You still need to go to the skill instructor to change it. But if you want to now, you just come into your skill menu and there you go. You've got your skill add-ons over here so that you can see exactly what your skill add-ons are in your menu. And then if you do need to adjust it, you can go to the skill instructor and change them there, but you just can't do it on the spot. But they've just added that in there for you guys to see what your skill add-ons are. So there you go, something for you guys. Now with the other changes, guys, there is a whole bunch here. Nothing really too crazy that we need to kind of like go over or anything that really stands out here. But if you guys want to pause the screen and have a bit of a read of the other changes in the game, that you're welcome to do that. So you can go ahead, pause the screen right now. Okay guys, so basically what I'm going to do right now is we're going to call this video and we're going to go into part 2 with the event and the Pel Shop updates. Make sure you guys definitely check out part 2 of this because you're going to want to see everything that's going on with these events. There's a lot of rewards and I highly recommend you guys check them all out and make sure you're getting them all done. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate all of you guys. Much love. Hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next video.